Day 2 of Chicago Bears training camp is in the books, and we'll get you caught up on the latest news and rumors coming out of Halas Hall. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. Let's go ahead and jump on in here. Lucas Patrick left today's practice, the starting center, I should say, with some sort of injury. I was kind of waiting to see if we would hear from Matt Eberflus, get an update there. He actually did not talk to the media today. It was Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator. He said he has no updates, didn't even see what happened on the play. Now, just to kind of describe it, he walked off under his own power, and then there was not conflicting information, but confusing information, as at one point he stepped on a cart to make the drive to the locker room, but apparently he walked off under his own power, and since they were far from the locker room, they were on the far practice field today, it just made sense to then hop on the cart and drive over. No reason to make him walk, an eighth of a mile or whatever the case may be. So hopefully this isn't too serious. It's kind of the best way I could describe it, but I actually don't know what type of injury it is. I'm guessing a leg issue of some sort. It doesn't sound like it's the Ryan Jensen situation in Tampa where he did get carted off the practice field. I don't think it's that serious, but that's all the information we have right now, so we don't really know if an MRI is required, what exactly the injury is, what part of the body it is. So keep it locked in here, and if there's any major developments, we'll keep you in the loop. Now, I think an interesting development as a part of this is, okay, who was going to step in and play center? Is rookie Doug Kramer stepping in at that center position. Brad Biggs tweeting that out. I do think this is significant because, yes, while Sam Mustipher got the starting right guard reps again today as Michael Schofield continues to ramp up, you could have moved him over to center if you feel like he's your backup center. Doesn't feel like Mustipher's the backup center. Feels like Doug Kramer, the rookie out of Illinois, is that guy. I think Mustipher is focusing on guard at this point in time, which could hurt his value when it comes down to cutting down to the 53-man roster. So you look at the depth chart here, and again, Mustipher's got those first-team reps, but I do think Michael Schofield will be the starter once he's up to speed. We saw more first-team reps for Riley Reiff today as him and Braxton Jones kind of split as Reiff ramps up as well. But I do think it was notable to have Kramer plug in there, and if they feel he can do an adequate job there, then his roster spot is definitely safe, and he could even start if Lucas Patrick's injury is serious enough. Hopefully that is not the case. What is your concern level with Lucas Patrick's injury? Scale it from 1 to 10, 1 being you're not concerned at all, he's fine, 10 being you're terrified. I'll just say 5 because I don't think we really know enough information at this time. Obviously mildly concerned. He's your starting center, and if he misses some time, that's going to hurt, but I'll place it at a 5. We'll wait and see for further information. Sticking with the offensive line, no Teven Jenkins, not at practice, and up to this point, we don't know why that is the case. He was not seen at today's practice. Neither was Thomas Graham Jr., the cornerback, second-year player. Now, Adam Jahns did add this. Jahns of The Athletic said that he did see Teven Jenkins outside Halas Hall this morning, roughly 45 minutes ago. That was at 10:15 this morning, so a couple of hours ago. Said something to follow for later. Well, it's later. We still don't know anything further, so it's unclear what's going on here. Is he injured? Is he sick? Is there a, did he have COVID symptoms? Take a test. I know the NFL, has pretty much eliminated COVID protocols, but maybe he felt really ill and went home. I'm not sure. Again, we'll follow up on that later. Hopefully it's not an injury because, let's be real, Teven Jenkins needs a strong training camp. I think if the Bears suited up tomorrow, he would not be a starter on this offensive line. I think Larry Borom would start at right tackle, and that's why Jenkins needs to be present. He needs to practice. He needs to get as many reps as possible and try to be the starting right tackle of this football team because, let's be honest, if he doesn't start this year, what's his future with the Bears? Probably not much. Probably as a backup, and that is not what you want, considering the prior regime did invest in him pretty heavily, trading up to select him 39th overall last year. Are you worried about Teven Jenkins? And not just, whatever's going on today, but just in general, the back stuff from last year, getting demoted to the second-team offense during OTAs and minicamp. Are you worried? I'll admit it, I am. I got my concerns at this point if he can still be that stud player that we thought he was going to be coming out of Oklahoma State. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Got to admit, I'm a little bit worried here. Be sure to follow us on the Call-In app. I know a lot of you guys have gotten over there recently. We're actually over 300 subscribers on Call-In, 100% free, just like YouTube. It's an audio social podcasting app, kind of like Twitter Spaces, where you hop in the caller queue. You know, we chop it up back and forth. You can give your hot takes and questions, whatever you want to ask me, and I'll respond to those, and we have a conversation. It's a good time, and what's cool is with the preseason almost here, we're going to have live post-game shows on the Call-In app. So this is the time to subscribe. Chatsports.com/BearsCallin is the link. You can download the Call-In app on your phone on iOS and Android as well. Links to that in the description of this video. Plus, a little bonus today. Next 10 new subscribers, the first 10 new subscribers we get, I'm going to give you guys a shout out on a future video sometime in the next couple of days. So give us a follow, and I will go ahead and shout you guys out on a future show. Next 10 subscribers get a shout out. All right, let's talk about some more on-field stuff now. The offense, up and down today. I think we saw some promising signs here. Justin Fields connected on several big throws down the field. Some receivers made some nice plays, but did drop several passes as well. That was something Luke Getsy pointed out after practice that he was frustrated about, is, missing out on those opportunities because, drops kill you, especially on key downs. So you gotta squeeze the football and make those plays. Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, they both spoke with the media today. They made probably the two biggest plays at practice, which is nice to see from two veterans at this point, third-year players, but with this team being so young, two players the Bears are going to rely on. A lot of downfield throwing, a lot of clips emerged on social media where Fields is challenging the Bears secondary downfield, some with success, some not with success. But I think if you're, this offense right now, you just got to keep stacking days. Darnell Mooney did say, which I was encouraged by this, that he said the offense is clearly better now than it was in OTAs. And that's what you want, right? You want the offense to be trending up as you get closer and closer to week one, which is, just about 5 weeks away now as we get closer to the regular season. Obviously, a lot of training camp and 3 preseason games to go. But this is kind of when you're still working out the kinks, but you want to start finding that consistency during these practices. Hit that subscribe button here on Chicago Bears Now on YouTube. We're 100% free, and we are closing in on 50,000 subscribers. We'll provide daily updates throughout training camp, so subscribe right now. That big red button, all you got to do is click it. Luke Getsy wanted to get this quote out there, said this about Justin Fields. He doesn't ask anybody to do anything he doesn't expect of himself. That guy, he's a natural-born leader type of guy. So we're lucky to have a guy like that leading this thing. And again, we continue to hear, the rave reviews in terms of Fields' intangibles, his leadership, and I think we're starting to see some more, plays being made by Fields in the offense as well. You just got to start stacking days. I mean, that's really what camp is all about, is which unit is going to stack more days. I think it's going to be very competitive. The defense is going to have good days. The offenses, there's going to be days where, both units kind of shine and make some plays, and I think today was one of those days where the defense made some plays, the offense made some plays, and, those are probably the best days where both units are doing some good things, getting the best out of each other. These are the most notable plays that stood out in terms of, multiple reporters pointing them out. Velus Jones, he beat Kyler Gordon again today. That's 2 days in a row. Today it was on a deep ball, so that's nice to see that downfield connection between Fields and the rookie receiver. Darnell Mooney had a really nice leaping TD on a crosser, pulled out the bunnies, hauled one in, and then was able to take it to the house. So that was a nice play. Justin Fields to Cole Kmet, a little seam route, back shoulder. Kmet talked after practice, said, we've been working on that play all offseason, so to execute it in 11-on-11s was nice. Byron Pringle won on a nice little double move earlier in practice. And then Eddie Jackson had an interception where you're hoping he'll get more of those this year. N'Keal Harry tried to leap up and bring one in one-handed. I thought he could have gotten a second hand on that ball, but ball tipped up, and Eddie Jackson hauled it in. Luke Getsy, speaking of N'Keal Harry, did speak highly of him, so that's a positive sign as well. You're seeing what this offense can be. Now, Cole Kmet's acknowledging still have a ways to go. Darnell Mooney saying we're better than we were a few months ago, but still a ways to go. But I think the signs are there. There's some evidence that this is trending in the right direction. Now, again, this is practice. We haven't even played a preseason game yet, but I think there's reasons to be optimistic for this group this year to at least be better and competent. this year offensively. I don't think anyone expects this to be a top 10 group. Can it be top 20, at least top 23, 24 compared to near dead last? I do think that is a reasonable hope and expectation. Do you believe in the direction of the Bears offense? Maybe you don't believe in the offense as it currently sits, but the direction of it. Type B for believe, type D for don't. I do believe in the direction. Now, whether that turns into this being a lethal unit down the road, we'll have to wait and see, but I think we should feel good about where this thing is heading, at least right now. All right, that's going to do it for today's training camp update. We'll see on a video later if we get more news around Lucas Patrick's injury or about whatever is going on with Teven Jenkins. We'll be sure to let you guys know on that. If not, we'll have another video tomorrow, so stay tuned. Bears training camp continuing, and we'll have you covered here on Bears Now.